game, and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Oklahoma Sooners and the Florida Gators. Alongside David Pollock and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Coach Venables told me before the game, he told me that his quarterback deserves all of the Heisman attention that he is receiving. We have seen what he's been able to do through the air. He is top 5 right now in the country in passing touchdowns, and he continues to improve in his ball security. I believe he belongs in that conversation for Heisman Trophy, but we'll keep you posted. This could change through the course of the season, but right now, he is on track to hear his name called in New York. Back to you.
All right, Holly. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Flips it out to the back. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. They want to get the ball in the hands of playmakers, and they did, but this time the defense up to the challenge.
And when you slide that running back out of the backfield, like I'm thinking pass, I got to be locked in, and I got to see him, and as the linebackers have to see him and understand when the quarterback throws him the football, I got to break on it, and everybody's got to corral him because he's so dangerous after the catch.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. He'll heave it deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there. Now it's 4th down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Makes the catch at the 35. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. They got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Starting to feel a little pressure. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down.
What a great play by the defense. Listen, that's why he plays defense. Yes, I get it. I get the jokes. Defensive guys can't catch real well. But the offense, they caught a big-time break right there. That could have been disaster on their side of the field. Could have been a big turnover that led to points.
Here comes the Oklahoma offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Turning it on!
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
This quarterback part of their running game. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Trying to escape and get it himself. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, 1st down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Sategna. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown Sooners. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. That didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
They'll keep it on the ground. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Mr. Two Bits would be proud. The Gators standing up and hollering for a first down.
How does that cheer go?
Well, first you have to have the yellow shirt and the stripe. Finding some room. Smashes him with the stiff arm. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
The Gators will have it 1st and 10. Looking for a crease. It's Pryor. There he goes. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. He'll bring it out. It's Sategna. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They want to run it left here. Crosses the 30. Flying out to the left. The 30. He's at the 20. And he scores! Touchdown, Oklahoma!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Jones to throw. Here comes the heat. Makes the grab. Goes down immediately, but that's just what they needed. It'll be a first down. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. First play of the period, first down here. Rides the back and leaves it. And he's swallowed up immediately, stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
Goes high to pull it in. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Florida.
It's so challenging to stop the middle of the field passes deep down. You stretch me in these zones. I got to run with you in man. It's always a good idea to run those deep posts, and you could tell they saw it all the way. Receiver, quarterback on same page, gets the big touchdown.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Looks as if he's going to run it. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. The Sooners want to crank the tempo. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Lets it fly on the move. Leaping grab for a big gain. They'll make the stop after the big pickup through the air, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the play. Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Going to try to get it himself. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. And the Sooners will line it up on 1st and 10. Makes his man miss. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Here's the pressure. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
Great job by the defense, forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be fourth down. They're getting to the line quickly and staying out there on fourth down. Pocket breaking down. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on downs.
And this offense chooses to be aggressive. Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they took their chance, and they failed now. Early in the game, a chance to create momentum to swing back to the other side of the football field.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Offense changing the play. They go right back to him. Got enough for the first. There's a crease. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
Man, this is a guy who just seems to get better as the game goes on. What a run getting his offense that close to the goal.
So nice creating explosive runs in the run game. Now you're getting in the red inside the 5. Go punch this in and get a touchdown.
They'll send the back in motion. On the direct snap, it's Brown. Touchdown, Gator! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution in the drive by that offense.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. Fielded in the end zone. It's Thomas. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. His drive will open from the 15. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there.
They're going to keep feeding this guy the football, guys. Over 100 yards rushing with that last carry now. We knew coming into this game today, they had to get the running game going. They had to be able to turn around, hand it off, and get positive yards and set themselves up into manageable third down situations. And we've seen them at any area of the field so far in this one have success in the running game. They'll keep that up until this defense proves they can stop it.
You could clearly tell that he wanted to throw the football and he wanted to go through the air and make a big play. Defense does a great job corralling him, getting some pressure, and most importantly, getting him on the ground.
Zings it complete to the right. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly.
And I think great offense.
Breaks into the open. Slides to the ground, picks up the first down, and avoids the hit.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Now a timeout call by the Sooners. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Sooners trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass, it's Mateer. Rushes on him. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. Timeout, Oklahoma. That's their second. And they'll still have run in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Speeding down the left side. He was off to the races and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. This time he wants to throw. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
They're dealing with a second and long. Handoff for ball. Maybe headed to the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Gators.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Just enough time for one final play in this half. The give to the left side. And after that short gain, they'll head to the locker room. It's halftime here. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watch the line, that full Gator head. Let's check in with Kevin Connors at the half.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's lead things off with Houston taking on the Kennesaw State Owls. And it's the Cougars looking to push their record to 4-1 on the season. And you do that, you're in the driver's seat in terms of locking down a postseason spot. Although I think their goals are far bigger than just that.
They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the American Conference.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Here's a give to ball. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Don't even think about sending the special teams out on 4th down and 3. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got him. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Baugh again. Hard-hitting tackle.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
And this offense, I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I think the offense is going to stay on the field. You've already seen it once on this drive, and they've already been successful.
Guys, look at this. A surprise. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. He wants to change this route. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Working that left side. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
That tells you a lot about their confidence of this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Here's Jaden one more time. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Tackled right at the 43-yard line, and this D didn't let him sniff that first down marker. So look at this. They're sending out the kicker to try a long. Oh, he missed it. No good. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Bringing the heat. He's knocked down short game, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. The Sooners headed quickly to the line. Scanning the field, it's Mateer. Unloads to the wideout. It's picked off. Don't see that very often from this Heisman Trophy candidate. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Those are the kind of plays in the second half you have to make. This back has had plenty of success. He's gotten a lot of touches. Now, defensively, we got to show him things are about to be different.
Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. He'll throw it. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. At the end of that play, there is a Sooner who is slow to get up. That is the freshman defensive end that they're very excited about. They're hoping that he's able to return to the game shortly. You have to wonder, after missing a field goal on the last drive, how are they going to play this 3rd down? Trying to make magic with his feet. Fighting off the defender. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down.
Really nice job by the defense that time. 3rd down there.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. On the move. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. Might have a chance. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Pryor. And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Backing up on the first two plays now to try to throw it and drive on third down. Jones wants to throw it. Got his man. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Handoff for Ball. Makes him talk to the hand. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
When the offense can run the football and you can feature a guy like this that will get more yards than his block that you can really depend on, hangs on to the football, like it makes offense super easy, especially down the stretch when you want to eat that clock and you want to possess the football. Just nice to have that kind of guy.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. And the Gators are moving quickly down the field. Ball again. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football, so he's going back. He's looking at his playlist. He's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
They'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They've made clutch, tough plays on this drive on third down. They need one more on 3rd and 7. Quarterback keeper. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The offense will stay on the field and go for it on 4th down. 2 for 3 so far in this one. Looking for the end zone. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan to get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. Right back to the well. Give him 9 on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 1.
Well, I understand they're trying to catch the defense off guard by running the football, expecting them to be in some kind of zone coverage, but you're trailing late in the game. You're going to have to throw to win it. That's what I'd expect them to do on this next play.
And the Sooners with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed 1st down on 2nd down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on 3rd down.
And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Calls his own number. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set.
The most important thing running the ball there on fourth down is you get the first, the game clock stops for a second. You still have one timeout in your back pocket that you've got to be able to use here, trailing late to win this game.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Under fire. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
With this situation in the game, trailing with not a lot of time left, I understand going to the sideline to try to save clock, but you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. Don't be afraid to use those. You can attack the middle of the field, use the timeouts to save the clock that way.
And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver. The Sooners will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Touchdown Sooners! And they take it in for 6 more points. That's 3 touchdowns in this game, and he's up to 11 on the season.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Oh, did you like that stiff arm? Get a face full of that as he gets it up to the 34. The Gators are going to call their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Jones to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Decisions, decisions, decisions. If you're the quarterback right now, that's the most important thing. You cannot put the football in harm's way. Tie football game late, but with these timeouts in your back pocket, you've got an opportunity to drive the field and win this thing. You just cannot throw the ball to the other team.
Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Looking downfield on first down. Just gets rid of it before the heat.
And this offense has another opportunity to put a scoring drive together. They've done a really good job, man. Their defense, yeah, it's been okay. Like, giving up a lot of points. Now they're in a situation where can you be clutch? Can you come up big in a 2-minute situation when you really need to?
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On the direct snap, it's Brown. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Snap to the back. Picks up the first down. They make the stop, but not before the chains move and the Wildcat formation pays off. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21.
And you exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football, but when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
Here's a heat. Trying to get away. Trying to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play. Using his feet. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. First play of the first possession of OT. Back to throw, it's Mateer. Under fire. And they got it.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on first down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a second down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And they score first here in overtime.
This offense is so explosive, they can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
This extra point would give them a 7-point lead in OT. And the extra point splits the uprights. They're up 35-28. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. On the ground, it's Pryor. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. The Gators want to move quickly.
A lot of times with these RPOs, you see linebackers so slow. They don't want to mess up. Not on this one. Watch the defense attack downhill. Go get the running back. Get a tackle for a loss.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. Third down in overtime, and they need to get it to the end zone. The offense will use a timeout with a critical down coming in overtime. Third down in overtime. They have to keep the drive alive and try to get it in the house. Jones wants to throw it. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Florida. They got the score. Now to see if they go for the win or the tie.
Obviously very hard to complete passes this area of the field. Nice execution. Now you're down by one, and now you got to make the decision. Are we going to go for it and try to end the game right here and put this game in our offense's hands? What do you think?
And that's why I love having the ball second, because I get the opportunity to do this. I knew they scored a touchdown. We scored a touchdown. Now, do I want to go for the win, or do I want to continue this game on? It's so nice to have the ball second.
This is like that 2-foot putt. They still need to make it to force another overtime. And they tacked on the extra point. Second overtime, they'll snap it on first down. Here's again the ball. Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
chance to force a field goal attempt. Jones to throw. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot.
Now wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. The offense will use a timeout with a critical down coming in overtime. They'll try to put 3 on the board and take the lead in overtime. And that is no good. Now all of the pressure switches to their defense. They've got to get a stop. Nothing to work with as they try to force another round of OT.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink when you knock it off the crossbar. Those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed opportunity.
Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for it.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but into the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in the 4th quarter game.
Got it! They take the lead in the first possession of overtime, and now the defense will have to stand tall.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the 4th quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.